Hey heroes, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. Welcome to my Wildermyth series. We're on Season 3, Episode 11 now. In the last episode, we fought off an incursion and rescued the Mothman and ended the chapter. In between episodes, I also upgraded all of our gear. Basically, I made sure that everyone had their Tier 2 armor. We ran out of hides very quickly in doing so. Thankfully, a lot of the weapons did not require hides, and I also upgraded everyone's weapons. So as we can see here, people like Necro has a much better wand. I also gave most people upgraded weapons in the element of water, because when you crit with the weapon, it refunds an action point, meaning that they can go again. So you'll see that Scald now has a water hammer. Let's see, Halcyon already has a water bow, and Elsie has a water spear, two-handed spear. So, and everyone else basically has much upgraded armor now. So we're done with that. Wind makes a puppet show of the woods and wheatgrass. The smells of spring. I've started to associate them with a journey. By the sounds of it, we're leaving today. I think it's wise. All those years ago, you stumbled on us in the woods. The kids vouched for you, proud of all we've done since then. You and I, we were a good team. They're getting old now. In case we cannot find it quickly enough, but I agree, there is a risk we may have to run. Buzzkill? Squared? In here. How early were you all up? Never went to bed. I do not require sleep. I feel like I overslept. Well, anyway, we took the wood path and picked up some kindling. Sounds like you had travel plans. Yeah, I think we're heading out. You remember this book, Buzzkill? The Kaior one. Funny how Fates weaves things in. My little brother finally did translate it all. Didn't think it had much use though, and we kind of forgot about it. This past winter, I found myself thinking about a particular passage. Not one of the illustrated entries, but one of the messy scrawled accounts in the back. Here, you read it. Start where my thumb was. The binding words were wrung from our throats, our lungs were leached of air. But when... As Dear Mayan is pronounced, Kaior's name, person's name. Right, well, when Asdirman shook me and my fearing eyelids lifted, she was smiling, and the thing was done. Blasted into the foundling stone, the runic script of our entwined souls, smoky words that would elude even the most dream-fluent and wishing wise, and any who did not share my blood or my wife's, so the seal was made sure. Thereafter, a tower we did raise, our tower of locks. From within, no being could go without, and from without, no being within. Save when, by our will, the door were unbarred. Buzzkill lets the old Kaior book softly close. So if I understand, this married couple from Kaior crafted a kind of legend-worthy spell, and it meant they could decide who enters or leaves their tower? That's a compelling story, but I think Necro and them are thinking, we find the place and trap Ekthys inside? Or is that wrong? My knowledge of old Kaior's descent, and the Mothman too, he says is impossible. Accepted history has it that the ancient Kaiorans engaged in a centuries-long struggle with the Thrixel. Most theorize that this is what ended Kaioran civilization. We learned such things growing up, though Thrixel was only a monster from rhymes. But wait, really? That's our plan? Lock her up in a fancy magic prison? Being honest, it's not a long, almost target-blind shot, but time ebbs, and I doubt we can protect our presence if we stay here. Problem is, we don't know where it is, or if it works, or how we even open it, or how we coax her inside, or if it even exists in the first place. What I know is that we stand no chance of winning a direct duel. I also know that Kaior records are lauded for their accuracy, and when this story struck my ear, I could not help feeling it had a ring of truth and the familiarity of a well-trod tale forgotten. I believe it is out there, this Tower of Locks, and my beliefs are as good as your certainties, little birds. That's quite a claim. I am quite a Mothman. A bulging gust tries to bust the window. Alright, is daunting thing to undertake, but at least we're moving, and I'm certainly intrigued by our outcome. Everyone? They depart before noon, seeking Rumor and Riddle's key, traveling always with protective shrouds cast round. But any night's wind feels like it might rip away their fortunes. Okay, let's see. So, we have to locate the Tower of Locks according to chapter. So let's see. Okay, so it's hidden somewhere. Could be in any of these areas. And where's our guys located? Our guys are all split up. We have a few guys here in Fernbank, Elderstool, Mustashire, and Wardick Moor. So what we can also recruit someone. So we're gonna recruit one person, so we got 2 teams of 5, and then we're gonna explore. Let's see, is this a good team? Hunter, Vera, Scald, and Buzzkill. Let's see. So what I might do is Hunter, Vera, Buzzkill, and Scald, and Necro maybe, or maybe Halcyon. They'll go over here, and the other part of the team, which is Elsie, Squared, Kinson, will go recruit someone. Okay. Now if I can remember that, let's see. Let's go back first for a sec. Let's go here. We'll scout, and let's clear. So we said what? We said it was Hunter and Vera. Hunter and Vera. We want Halcyon. And then we also want Scald and Buzzkill. Scald and Buzzkill. Okay, there's that. And the other team. Nope, I have too many people. I don't know what happened there. So let's pick from our legacy. So we have a few options: Brown Magic, Ginger, and Hunter. So we already have Hunter in our game. So maybe Ginger. I will have Brown Magic this time. Brown Magic has Ignite or Elementalist or Compulsion. Let's see. Fires do not burn out. Fires do not burn out. Let's go for that. Okay, we're going to recruit Brown Magic. Gale Fold, always this boisterous. Brown Magic's just slain a monster. I've slain a lot of monsters. Nasty Thing was trying to creep up from the forest. Brown took care of it though. Was something to watch. It was gross. He'd clearly done this sort of thing before. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was bored. Where is he now? Out by the barns, keeping kids from poking the carcass. You want to use a stick to poke it. Fine, but it has to be at least as long as your arm. Nobody touch it. I'll know if you did. You'll get a rash. They're at Galefold then. Well, just the one. So not at the moment anymore. You make plans and they get chewed up, huh? It sounds like you've got quite a knack for taking them down though. We're looking for that. We? Kinson, the Owls of the South. I've heard of you. Brown Magic. We've heard of you too. Okay, so Brown Magic has joined us. So here's the full team right there, right? Okay. So now, I think we still have to... Okay, so he's getting his gear ready. And the team is ready to assault the Lobnix Library. It's the full team, right? Nope. What's happening here? I can't... Oh, we're missing Halcyon. Okay, so Brown is prepared to move. They'll explore this area right here. Now there's 6 people. That's stupid. Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't prepare that correctly. So... who do we want down there? We want Squared, Kinson, Necro, Hunter. I want to keep that. So maybe Brown Magic should join this strong team over here. Let's clear all. This is so weird. What's happening here? Okay, let's let Halcyon reach there. Pause. Halcyon. Okay, and then we're gonna have Brown Magic join in 84 days. That's crazy. Okay, and the second team will go investigate this. That's wasting a lot of days, unfortunately. Shy Maples have been revealed. Okay. What's happening here? Hill painters of the woods point Hunter and the company up towards the high groves, where a local treasure sits tucked away among pines and great roving bears. It's not the tower from the book, nor any kind of Kaior in sight, but it is a library. At least a library something. Is pretty out of the way, so you think it's got some rarities. The eccentric lorekeeper Malbrook Shacklebuster has purposely collected books and scrolls for all his journey-blessed life. The company's been hoping Shacklebuster's collection might lead them to the tower they seek. However, that looks like, yeah, Thrixel. They remain, milling in and out, awaiting our arrival, it would seem. Then they forfeit their lives. Does Eluna... did she do this? Probably not, but whatever. Thrixel instruments she commands. Likely, she makes some effort to read the movements of things we come into contact with, and positions her pieces accordingly. It's like trailing a ghost fox. Is it? You can only hope to see them when it rains. You watch where the water won't hit. See by displacement. A fine example. Or think of trying to track the obsidian owl across a night with no moon. You would watch for the stars to blacken and rekindle. So I believe it must be for her, hoping to spot us under our shroud. The more we drag the rug, bump the furniture, the more visible we become. Have to assume that warning up there is the lore keeper. We'll punish his murderers, see if we can put his life's work to any use. I shall patch our wards. Be safe. All for chance at a scrap of a clue. Okay, oh, so many enemies. Okay, but nothing we haven't encountered before. We're kind of surrounded. There's an open door. Maybe we should rush inside the door. Not too sure. Let's see. We have Hunter. And you know what we're gonna do? Oh, lots of guys. Holy crap, that's a lot of guys. Let's cone of fire. He didn't kill anyone though. Necro, your turn. Let's go behind Hunter. And we're going to interfuse with this fire. Probably should have interfused with that tree though. It would have splinter blast to everyone. And we're going to fire leash into more people. Okay, LC. Squared. What does squared have? Nothing. I'm going to move forward. And I'll have her silk step away. Kinson. I'm going to have Elsie Sentinel right here. And Kinson, I'll have you go around the corner and guard in case they come behind us. Oh, they're burrowing. Oh. Oh, Dream Trap. She's in stasis now. This is dangerous. There's a lot of guys. Oh, everything's interfused. Okay, Necro. If you interfuse with this, nope, you can't. Let's see. Hunter, can we Thunderstomp? That does nothing. Or that did stun someone. We're gonna Cone of Fire this way. Okay, we killed the Scourier. I'm gonna use Necro, and we're going to Fire Leash. Nope. What can we do? Is there something? Rock Shield. Okay, I'm gonna interfuse with these rocks over here. And we're going to... Oh, we could Splinter Blast. I can't see whether that's hitting squared. That's hitting squared. So let's use Discus. And we'll hit... Oh, that sucks. Okay. Let's see, can you Frenzy? Slashes 3 times, dealing damage to a random enemy within range. Let's try this Frenzy up. I've never seen this. That was pretty pathetic. Okay, who's left? Squared. Let's kill this big guy. Everyone's pinned. Okay. This is not looking good. Dream Trap, no. Okay, so we need to get out. Let's see. Kinson, can you, like... Just kill this guy normally. Okay, there. 8 damage. So Wolf Called. Everyone has Wolf Call. Hunter will Thunder Stomp. And that never works. I'm going to move right here. And I'm going to Cone of Fire. Why can't you... Oh, nope. Cone of Fire. Another guy dead. I'm going to do... Kill that guy. Okay. Necro, you have a few options now. Can you do Discus again? Hit this guy from behind. Great. Okay, so no more Dream Trap for anyone. Our armor is getting shredded, but we're okay. Well done. Okay, so whose turn's next? Okay. I'm going to move Hunter over here, and we're going to Cone of Fire as usual. Squared, we'll kill this guy. I think Necro's the last person left. Let's interfuse with this fire right here. We're going to Fire Leash that fire. There we go. Oh, is there still enemies? Looks like there's still enemies on this map. Okay. Let's see, who do I have access to? Elsie. Kind of anticlimactic. There we go. Let's see, does she have... Let's just take a look. Does she have the ability to... No. So we're going to Sentinel. And we will run Kinson into this house. No one's in this house. We're going to keep moving. And Hunter, we will go here, and we'll actually Silk Step backwards. Okay, Squared will go here, and she'll Silk Step as well. Necro, you go support Kinson. Nice hit. Oh, there's all the bad guys. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. Hunter. Can you jump jolt? What's that do? It's a 4 range, 5 magic damage. Okay, do that. Oh, and it hits. Nice. Okay. Can this guy reach this guy? This guy can reach the nightmare. 10 damage. And it should split. Yeah, split now. Okay. And he'll Sentinel. And let's see. Kinson. Open the door. Oh, there are enemies here. Okay. We'll guard. Necro. Why don't you interfuse with something over here like the bookshelf? And you will Splinter Blast. It doesn't look like you can hit the other guy, so we'll hit these guys. 8 damage, nice. Okay, squared. Oh, you don't have enough movement. Okay, that didn't work out as perfectly as I liked. There we go. Dream Trap, he's in stasis now, fantastic. Okay, let's do it. Let's take these guys out. Okay, so remember she has a water spear now, so when she kills something she gets an additional action, but she can't reach that guy in time. So I'm going to just get to the door and come from behind to support. Hunter, let's see if Squared can take out that nightmare and then we will catch up. Okay, Hunter, please. So next turn they'll be able to help. Kinson's kind of surrounded right now. Okay, let's see. Elsie, why don't you open the door? Oh, you missed. Oh, you know what? And Hunter should have gone there. Why? Because Cone of Fire. We could do Jump Jolt. Ah, we could still Cone of Fire in a diagonal way. And we will move Squared closer. Kinson's left, and who do we want to attack? The Seeker? Yeah. Take out the Seeker. Nightmares I thought was trapped, but not really. Kinson, why don't you defeat him? No, he took cover. Fantastic. Hunter will flank. What? Oh, Hunter doesn't have a, what's it called? A melee attack anymore. He has to Cone of Fire. Okay. Victory. Looks like we're going to have a lot of level ups. Beautiful. Okay, we found a King Grief. It's a dagger, tier 3, but who's going to use a tier 3 dagger? I don't think that's worth it for anybody. I think we're just going to salvage it into 2 ingots. It's a mythical dagger, though. I'll give it to Elsie just for fun. We found a Snakestone Strap, giving us higher dodge. I think Buzzkill already has something, right? Yeah. So let's see, who else do we want to give dodging to? Scald, maybe? Or Kinson? Maybe Hunter. Oh, Hunter, look how high Hunter's dodge is. Nothing's going to touch him. Okay, Kinson is a Bronzehorn Warrior. Kinson will counterattack any successful melee block or dodge. His block and dodge is really low, though. So that's not good. Melee attacks only cost 1 action, definitely. Or Kinson's melee attacks deal 3 damage to all other foes within range. Ooh, that's cool. I think we're going to try to go for the Battle Dance. Hunter is a Bronzehorn Hunter. And do we want to give him more health? Allow him to place traps? Or does he give bonus damage and spell damage to people near him? Hunter, where are you? You don't have very much health. I'm going to give you more health. Necro is a Silverhorn Mystic. Let's see. Do we want to give him range with all attacks and abilities? I like that. Or we can create trees that pins enemies. That's kind of cool. And we haven't been encountering a ton of guys. Or Indignance. Dealing 3 true damage to hostile creatures who enter his adjacency. Oh, that's interesting. Anyone that gets close to Necro will take damage. I think that's alright though. We'll go for the long reach. We're clean in here. I'll do one more sweep as far as that creek we saw, and then to the mountain's base. The wrapped bones of the Lord Keeper are pulled down and gently interred. So that was actually that thing in the distance, that was actually his bones that they put up. Then finding the shelves and rows manageable, they settled in for a hurried search. Their earlier hopes for insight are not entirely dead. I pulled a bunch up that looked like they had something to do with the times of antiquity. One of them's called Legends of Old Kaior. Good, that's promising. I'm going to... Where's that Mothman gotten to? Stairs take her to a shadowy cellar. Make light, if you like. I promise not to hurl myself into it. What are you doing down here? Others going through the library. And I am perusing the volumes no one else can. Namely those contained beneath that flashy hat. You mean you're thinking in the dark? Put less charmly, yes. Have you already found something? Or did you compose a funny song you'd like me to listen to? Only then does Elsie realize what's been gnawing at her. It's been more than 6 winters she wanted a chance to ask. Maybe you meant never to tell us, but I'm not really okay with that. See, I heard you claim to be responsible for the whole thing with Eluna, for this conflict we're all wrapped up in. Haven't stopped wondering what that might mean. You wish to hear about the beginning, to decide how you feel going forward. Is it true then? What do you do? There is a time for a quick version. You have to fathom a younger yonderling. How long ago do you mean? How old are you? Old enough that your great-grandparents never heard of my family. and they would have, had they been born in the right era. My father got called a king by the Overfond. Really, he was a leader of the militia. He began that way, raising defenses against the clattering hordes. Thrixel? No. Back then, clockwork spiders swarmed out of the mountain holes. Bone giants awoke in the woods. You see them still, though not in numbers. Terrible, inscrutable beings, but human strength can break them. On the twinned might of my father's blade and his bland, gruff goodness, my family rose to wealth and prominence. So you were human too, but you're talking kings and castles. Yes, such things were more possible then. I was born amid a bounty of books, was taught to sew, given beautiful, brilliant examples to follow. My parents both wished peace for me. But legends roved the roads. Walkers of myth who painted the hills and protected the meek. They moved in numbers and skill heretofore unmatched. I was simply a boy, resembling more my mother, yet I wished so desperately to be my father's heroes. At bay, you think? At bay was a popular attack phrase in those days, truly a golden age. So when do things turn? Oh, not long after I went wandering. I embarked in secret, knowing my parents would try to dissuade me, and knowing I would likely sway with even a thumb push of well-argued wisdom. I was unbrave. Cowardly, that's called. Pardon me? Is this your story? I'm just saying. In any case, what I wanted to be was Laeth Rotwell. She was a dazzling county knight, dauntless, irresistible, strong. I admired her from afar. I possessed no useful talents. All I had was desire. It was all a young man knows. It happened that I discovered a ruined room, buried deep in rose girdle, filled with the strange weavings and crossed with threads and patterns I found entrancing and impossible. And this is how I found my very first glimmer scene. A door to the other side, and you just went through? I fell through, unwittingly. I bore what you now call the mystic's gift, and I believe it obeyed my curiosity. A quester's feet writes his fate. That the same for her? Eluna was abducted. The Thrixel purposed her passage. I was merely unlucky. I got tangled in nets not strong for me. Terrafract, the Thrixel world, that is where I wound up, lost and seeking the night sky. My eyes found a moon to lead wherever I would follow. Dayless years, it seemed, I spent mulling and meandering. It's hard to know, but it would not have been so long. At some point, I began to think of myself as a moth, alone and fumbling towards the light. Terrafract is not a dream. It acts upon reality. It makes manifest what you imagine. For the unwary, this happens by accident. Sounds unfair. There's stuff I can't avoid thinking about. Monsters crowd every corner of the human mind. Those forced beyond the glimmer scene, lacking the ability to navigate and manipulate their mental geometries, are quickly lost to the horrors of their own margins. So prone are we to passion and spiral that any moment fancy is in effect degenerative. This gift of mine, I can blame it for bringing me to the other side, but once there, it saved me from faring far worse. And then my abilities began to blossom. Is it just luck? Blood? I mean, I never thought a person with mystic ability was so different from ordinary people. It is the essential split in our natures. The principles of interfusion, are you familiar with them? A mystic has the proclivity, before they comprehend it, for packing away the permanence of themselves, even while sharing form and energy among their surrounding. That is what makes us passable world walkers. Passable? Merely passable. There is a limit to how definitely and for what duration our minds may preserve any image, even the image of ourselves. Our inner identity shift over time. So, it was that by the time I had realized how to return to my own land, I was quite transformed. They say you should never meet your heroes. Oh, I disagree. There are few things so productive as disappointment. Regardless, some memories are moons in the mist, diffuse and shapeless. They may as well be glowing gas. I will spare you the details of the encounters and the events that come after. Some are maudlin, some are mirthful, but most are moth-eaten and old beyond mattering. That era is dead, and I am still here. Such is more or less my story. Alright, but why does this make all you responsible? The Thrixel took notice of me. When you crossed the glimmer scene? When I started toying with them, kicking their sandcastles and causing a din to disrupt their operas, I had grown bored, you see. Bored? So you poured beer on a beehive? I thought it was funny. I believe it was what drove them to duplicate my accident in another. I did not anticipate that, but I do not think I cared enough to anticipate anything. Not for a long time. That is it then, because you thought it was funny. Elsie? Elsie, you down there? Elsie? Better not try your wit on me anymore. I don't know whether to cry or just... Is she here? I'm ready. Squares found it. There's a passage here about the Tower of Locks. Didn't have a title, but it was next to the big book of legends. Come listen to this. It sums up the account we read in the compendium, but it finishes with an afterword. They're sealed fast. Legends claim they prisoned a great beast, perhaps the very tyrant who once scattered the pillars of Calm Court and toppled the moon-silver might of old Kaior. And so, the last two Kaioran sorcerers would have descended the mountains, and the Sultan Mist could not have been told from the desperate taste of their lips. For a mixed, surely, were their kisses and tears. The pink light aged purple, and they passed from Myth's pages entirely. Pink light, salt on the mist. I know these mountains. I think we must call that clue enough. What's up? We have to go now? I get the knot of apprehension beneath my wings. The hunting cat makes show of her leisurely leaps, and so renders the deathly pounce more sudden. For such a superior thing as a cat, the mouse proud beside the scared, is even the more satisfying meal. They're away by nightfall. So we got another card. Making enemies stronger, and we're gonna end the video right there. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for joining me once again on my Wildermyth trip. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on Wildermyth, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.